Once, on an island far to the west, there was a kingdom. We're doing a recap of the Chronicles of Welara campaign. Dawn Company report, specifically. If you didn't know that was the name of the campaign, I'm afraid to tell you this. That's it now. Last time we covered the first 2 seasons of the campaign. That is roughly the first 30-ish sessions, first 31 sessions of the game. And we'll be going into, from here, Season 3. We'll be trying to get through as much of Season 3 and then Season 4 as possible. We are on time constraints, but should be all right. As last time, our characters today or the characters for this campaign are Ashley, the Bat Pony Oracle / Traveler Bard, the Aurora, the White Mage Arcanist / Librarian. Was it Librarian? I think it was Librarian.
Studied Librarian.
Studied Librarian. Celest, the Unicorn Paladin of Sisters and Conjuration Specialist, or was it Teleport Specialist specifically?
Yes.
Then Julia, the Guide Bard, or the Guide Ranger / Cleric of Love, and then later on Inquisitor. Then we have Wander, the Summoner, Earth Pony Summoner, and his Eidolon Guidance. Let's see, at this point, Guidance is also part Rogue build, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, so picking up from last time, our characters had just come to Canterkeep, the capital of Welara, and were informed that the city was under lockdown. They were allowing some in, but no one was really allowed to leave at the moment because of, well, unicorns had gone disappearing in the capital. And no one was really sure exactly what was going on. So we'll start with Session 32, Our Days in Canterkeep. Moment. The party arrives with Ambrosia, the owner of the tavern, the Bitter Nag, along with her co-owner Lime Spritzer, who the party briefly met when Lime Spritzer shoved a griffin through the door and chased them off down the streets. Oh.
Good old Lime.
Deserved.
Yes, deserved. Let's see.
Lime's good at mixing drinks and kicking ass.
She's all out of
Other
drinks.
stuff too, but
Oh yeah, puns. Let's see. All right, sorry, just getting my place here. Probably just start reading some of this out loud instead of trying to figure out where I'm going to start. Party arrives at the Bitter Nag, the bar of Ambrosia and Lime Spritzer. After a long stretch on the road, greeted by the front door that has been thoroughly destroyed, Ambrosia meets their surprise with exhausted familiarity, making it clear this is not the one-time accident. Let's see. Over drinks, Ambrosia urges the party to stay the night rather than immediately begin going about business in the city, or having to find a inn, especially with the current events going on. They learn here that yes, ponies have been going missing in the city, specifically unicorns, which, obviously that is a deep concern. Let's see. They do also notice that the tavern itself is pretty much completely empty. Most of the populace of the city have been keeping indoors. Even the ones that are still running their businesses are, not really getting a big turnout at the moment. Yeah. And they also learned that the thugs have been leaning on the tavern. She does not ask for the group's help because, quite frankly, Lime has it well in order, and those thugs are probably not going...
Lime leans back.
Yes, that is correct. Let's see. Of course, the party does head to the market after a night's rest at the tavern, which it's not normally a place you could stay, but Ambrosia does set up some guest rooms for them. In the morning, they head to the market because, well, for one thing, you need foldable stretchers. At this point in the campaign,
You're going through so many stretches.
it's true, and so many of them have been makeshift. It's important to have the good ones on hand for when you need them. And
This one gets the good stretcher.
No, we never used them again.
Don't worry. So,
why did that feel like a threat?
Don't worry, he said, worryingly.
Right?
the group also learns at this point, well, Aurora especially learns at this point, there's a bookstore nearby that serves coffee, which is owned by a known author.
It has all of my favorite things.
Oh no, I remember this. I completely forgot.
How did you get Aurora out of the book and coffee store?
Just let him buy stuff. If it can take part of it with him, you can extract him.
It's fair.
For short periods.
There's a note here that Aurora acts as if he just discovered a holy site.
Maybe he did.
Let's see. The group decides to go ahead and at least spend some time in the town. They figure if they're together, it won't be as much an issue. They can watch each other's backs and all that.
He says,
Let's see. Group runs the morning errands, going shopping, visiting the bookstore, figuring out the location of the library, and other personal pursuits. They check in at the Dawn Company HQ at around noon, get payment for the things they've done, especially for escorting, and get a read on the other get a read on the other jobs in the area. Things begin to turn into a not a date situation with Ashley and Celeste. And I believe at this point, let's see.
Aurora and the large
Janet.
Janet, that's the
How could you forget Janet's name? She's such a nice girl.
yeah, she's great. I miss her.
Though, let's see.
How do you miss her? She's so big.
I can see her anymore. She's so far away.
So far away. Actually, Janet hasn't joined the group just yet, I don't think. Or did she? One second. Checking my notes here. Okay, traveling companion currently with the party. Okay, so I guess she did, in fact, travel with the group from Bridalshire. That I think that escaped my notice last time. So pull up a picture of Janet.
I don't remember it coming up during the last.
Yeah, these these synopses are not the best, but they are
They're better than nothing.
absolutely.
They're better than my memory so far.
I mean, I remember these pretty well.
I remember the shenanigans in the town. It's just I don't remember her joining it before reaching the town.
I mean, I'm just waiting for the part where Ashley's doing Ashley stuff. So
Well, hopefully Ashley's doing Ashley stuff a lot. Okay, where's the token? Pull Janet up.
I mean, the not date Ashley was not dressed up as a unicorn yet. That was after that. So
Yeah. Okay, let's see if I move this here, that'll probably work better. Wait, I don't know, this would work better. Get myself all turned around here. All right, Janet. There we go. Janet, the Saddle Arabian. She's actually a cleric of the Sunseekers, who came over to convert to be a member of the cult of Celestia Ascendant.
a heretic. No. No.
Okay, so she is with the party currently. Have to keep that in mind. And okay, it was at this point that she's actually flirting relatively openly with Aurora at this point. I don't know how aware Aurora actually was to this.
Fairly aware because I believe there was a casual mention of girlfriend back home.
Yeah. I believe it's fiance back home, actually.
I mean, I actually did try to hook them up, so that was something.
But yes, that's where the not a date title for most of this came in. Let's see.
Double not a date.
Double not a date.
Well, it was a date for Ashley.
That's true. I'm pretty sure it was pretty open for what Ashley was doing. Okay.
And Celeste also was enjoying that, so hey.
She was. Oh, man.
Really? What session was that? Oh, okay. So while they were resting, there was a loud chirping that the group was hearing in Julia's room.
God damn it, Julia.
The sound draws Celeste and others to Julia's corner, and Julia ultimately pressured and revealing she was smuggling a small, curled black chitinous creature in her bag. A very newly born hiveling that she had smuggled with the group.
Aren't we enough to satisfy your mum instincts?
I mean, we had Wonder. Why did she need to steal another one?
Yeah, like, she complained to Echo about bringing a child along already.
Yeah, and then she brings one of her own. God, fuck it.
She announces that her intent is she wants to raise a hiveling in a positive environment, and she thinks she can, make some good of it.
A bad choice for choosing us to be there as well, actually. So.
Well, look, every family needs bad uncles and aunts, okay?
Do as I say.
Look at Ashley. Don't.
She insists on having reasons for why she's doing this, but she doesn't really explain. Celeste isn't terribly happy about it. I mean, she's not really too much she can really do about it, honestly. Julia is occupying the mom seat, after all. So the first session of the new season ends. Let's see. After scouting the town a little bit and getting set up for the night. Let's see. Which brings us to session 33, mission hot date.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh dear.
This is, I think this is the first full day. Okay, yes, I got myself turned around there. The group had actually explored around Cantor Keep a bit after, excuse me, get a drink here.
I just finished mine.
The group had just finished, had explored a bit on the first day, and then turned in for the night. And this is the first full day of the of their time in Cantor Keep. Okay. Celeste is up ready, as always, ready to train, to get ready for the day. Aurora, as always, well, had apparently stayed up all night reading after visiting the bookstore already. Let's see.
It's handy having a spell that lets you stay awake.
It's true.
Yeah.
Who needs a spell, though?
Yeah. Why you need to cheat?
Let's see. The plan, the party plans their day, pick up supplies, collect their payment, and gather information on the unicorn disappearances. Let's see. As they're out, Ashley, let's see, comes in with a flourish of music and morning, excuse me, presenting Celeste with a bouquet of carefully, that is a bouquet of carefully wrapped weapon maintenance supplies. Which catches
Girl's house.
catches Celeste pretty off guard, actually. And even though it may have seemed like Ashley was joking with all of the passes at Celeste beforehand, it's clear at this point that Ashley isn't really joking.
Way to a girl's heart is through her equipment grid.
True.
Look, how often does she throw the daggers? She's running out. You buy some new ones.
They keep getting thrown into the void.
Yeah.
Before anything else, the group gets together and goes to the general store. Knickknacks. Let's see.
That's an amazing name for a general store.
The owner's Knickknack. Well,
We'll just have momentary flashbacks of Aknax.
so it came up later. I'm going to just go ahead and say the owner of Knickknacks is two ponies, Nick and Knack, who are twins. And I actually have two separate tokens for them.
Of course, it's two ponies who are twins. Fantastic.
This is
Of
Nick.
course.
They grew
Just
up
like
in the
Flim
village.
and Flam.
This is Nick. And this is Knack.
Oh, I see. Knack is grumpy.
It's true. I would Nick would they would constantly swap out between one another into the back room, and I would bring out the other token. I don't know how if anyone noticed while the actual session was happening. I made it more obvious later on, but let's see.
The trickery.
Betrayal.
Witchcraft. We should burn them.
Let's see. They got a portable stretcher and additional traveling supplies, masterwork toolkit, for precise work. Aurora, I think, got calligraphy supplies at this point, or more calligraphy. I can't recall.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't this the time that Wanderer was starting his map making?
Let's see. Unexpected. Let's see. Oh, well, it was at this point that the group first got tipped off to the state of Wanderer's pack.
All right, yes.
Oh yeah,
Damp,
the mess.
mildewed,
Yeah, yes.
contaminated by forgotten food and stormwater. Smell and damage bad enough to the shopkeeper treats it like a real hazard. Wanderer is made to empty it, salvage what can be salvaged, and discard ruined items, including damaged books and spoiled supplies. Let's see. And Wanderer, thoroughly chastened, probably continued to do that anyway for a while longer.
Yep.
Let's see, after
Just
visiting...
when you get things, you put them in your pack.
It's true.
That's what you do when you get things, right?
After the general store, the group caught up with the Dawn Company, the headquarters, and let's see. It's relatively, they were surprised by how quiet the company was, but of course the absence of all the unicorns, you know, specifically unicorns staying indoors especially, you know, tends to make it a little difficult when it's one of the three main tribes of a nation to keep things busy. Let's see. Job boards updated, and the group is reminded they can accept postings without immediately pursuing them. Useful in a city where the main crisis is likely to dominate their schedule. Thank you for this writing. And as at this point, the group essentially, the entire session basically evolves into running two separate dates. Even if Aurora continually insists it's not a date.
We went to 2 bookstores.
It's true.
I must admit, as I'm listening through this, I'm just imagining the what's her name, Janet from The Good Place. Not a date, not a girl.
I wouldn't know. I have still not seen that.
You need to watch that.
I do.
And that is the fastest way to ensure he never will.
The group also decides to visit the librarium. Let's see. Oh wait, no, they don't actually. Did they actually visit the librarium at this point? Either way, the bookstore is on Librarium Way, along with the librarium. Let's see. Yes, there were 2 bookstores, a more traditional bookstore and the
Coffee one.
yes, and the coffee shop bookstore. The coffee shop bookstore is owned by an author, and the bookstore that is not also a coffee shop is a book collector.
And there was an auction.
There was an auction. Let's see.
The auction was later, or we were informing on who we could get the thing for.
What's that?
We were the listing was like we had 2 listings for the same book buying.
Yes.
We were deciding who we would
And the third one saying, like, don't give it to either of them, get them to both to get together and work out their differences.
True. So
I'll ignore that one. We didn't give enough money, so. Yeah.
to be fair, that is what the group did. But getting ahead of myself.
My fault. Sorry.
It's all good. Right. The group does decide, or does try to figure. Excuse me. Does learn about the book auction in another city and agree to take that on as a mission. They haven't decided which of the 3 separate listings they are going to take, though. But the listings are put up by rival bookshop owners who very clearly have a thing for each other, but don't seem to want to admit it.
Loathing. Unadulterated loathing.
Let's see. The Ashley goes with Celeste to First Editions Bookshop, which is a dusty, cramped store with full of classic books, first editions, well, clearly first editions, rare books especially. First edition is a member of House Vellum, which is one of the few unicorn specific noble houses in Welara. Let's see. First edition's talent is recognizing the right books for the right customers, which in case of Celeste, she's let's see, led to a section on historical books, especially books from the Griffin Incursion Wars at this point. Ashley buys them for Celeste as part of the date. Let's see. I think I skipped this. Aurora meets Gold Ray, I think, for the first time.
Yes.
Boy.
That is mentioned here. That name has entered the chat.
Gold Ray is
Celestia,
a
help
knight.
us.
Gold Ray is a knight who is currently searching for Solar Pop, one of his brothers in arms. Maybe more.
If you can call it that, yes.
Well, let's be clear, they are both knights, but yeah. Solar Pop being one of the unicorns that has gone missing, and Gold Ray is, well, yeah. He's more or less assigned himself to the case. Not that anyone could tell him otherwise.
I'm sure somebody might have.
He is the one who tells.
It's true. Let's pull up Gold Ray. Oh, and first edition. It's first edition. Fucking nerd.
Younger than I remember.
Yeah, he's not an old character. Let's see. Gold Ray, where are you? But that's something no one's ever actually asked.
It wasn't the one that had the bookstore, the writer of Celeste's Smutfix.
Yes.
Well, that's Smutfix, but like that.
Hey.
Calls them Smutfix.
Are perfectly respectable romance novels.
Yes, yes.
Remind me, who lent them to who and never gave them back?
And we got them the signatures for them, I believe. And actually bought in the other store book about exotic dances and treasure.
Yeah.
Because I still have that one in my inventory. So.
Let's see. I don't think the group actually had gone to the coffee shop just yet, had they? Yeah, actually, I think
Probably
they
went
had.
there first.
This thing is all over the place and doesn't really cover a lot of the extra stuff. So the owner of the bookshop that is also a coffee shop is... Where is she? I think it was... There she is. Final chapter.
Fantastic name for an author.
And final chapter is the author of a series of romance novels that Celeste has been tipped off to and has been reading quite a bit.
Oh,
Let's see. And her assistant, I think her assistant was named Mocha. Where are you? There you are. And her assistant, Mocha Blend.
guess what part of the business this one deals with?
Sales.
Well, yes. But so first edition and final chapter are both bidding over the same book in another city. It is I believe it is a book specifically about writing that they want. And Mocha wants the group to get the book to bring back to her so that she can get them to fucking start talking to each other again.
Amongst other things.
Because they, when they first met, they hit it off really well. And then one of them opened a and then final chapter opened her bookstore across the street from first edition's bookstore. And it has never been right since. To be fair, she should have known, but clean this up a little bit. Okay. This, okay, they collected Gold Ray, or not collected Gold Ray, they've met Gold Ray. Ashley has bought...
No, they collect.
Not
They
quite
collect
yet.
NPCs like dice.
There are a lot of NPCs in this campaign, it's true.
Didn't notice that.
There are 337 tokens in my token folder for this campaign currently.
Good.
Let's see.
What was that about Ashley? Because I didn't hear that.
It was at this point Ashley had bought the books. First edition presents an ornate, beautifully illustrated volume focused on treasures and celebrations of the world. Emphasis on dance. And that was the book Ashley bought from first edition. Let's see. I believe the session ends mid-date. Let's see. They're having a fairly good, or they're all having a fairly good time despite the city being under lockdown. Most of the businesses are, after all, still open since it is only unicorns going missing. So,
And no one cares that much about them.
unfortunately, in Welara, that is true. Let's see. And I don't believe that Ashley had negotiated the signed copy of Final Chapter's book just yet. I think that was when they got back.
My memory's not that great on that point on the details, but I'll assume it. So.
Yeah.
You all got a little bit overwhelmed by the events to come.
Yeah, it's quite fair.
Well, I have fun with that.
That moves us on to session 34, the ingredients for a perfect date. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this would be... Okay. this is the continuation of the dates, at which point Ashley learns about, or not learns, but is needling Celeste about the romantic books that she reads. And it is around this point that she, let's see, briefly stranded. Right. Aurora loses track of Janet at some point around here, and is left wondering
How
how
did he do that?
exactly.
How did he do that?
Until he follows the smell of some coffee and finds a rendezvous point, final chapter's coffee bar, which is actually pretty packed right now. All four of the groups, or all four of the ponies on dates, converge at this point, whereas all of their followers who are hiding also are keeping dibs outside of the session, because it was very obvious they were being followed by their own group.
God damn it, Julia, stop exposing the child to this.
I've read a fanfic like this.
I mean, of course, the rest of the group is like following, like hiding in bushes and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Poorly, apparently.
I don't know if they actually. I don't know if they were exposed when they were hiding or not, to be honest. But let's see.
If you're doing it
I thought
right, then
Ashley
you're not
made that
doing it right.
wander well.
What's that?
I thought that Ashley waved at Wander at some point, but I'm now 100% sure.
I'm
Was,
not.
was Ashley already in full like unicorn get up or not? I can't remember whether that was
not yet.
before or
No, that was after.
Yeah, that was after the thing happens.
when Ashley shows off exactly how good they are at pretending,
Yeah, Ashley.
looking like something, and we still never guessed.
Look at this.
In the business, we
well-built
call this
skill I have.
foreshadowing.
Let's see.
Chekhov's disguise kit.
The four of them decide to sit together as a half double knot date. Let's see. Okay. So GPT decided to call this a half double date, half ambush of awkwardness.
I mean, two heretics and two nobles. Yeah.
Let's see. And okay, this was the point where Ashley gets the book. I think.
Okay.
Ashley is. No, okay, this is actually where they meet final chapter. And that Celeste learns specifically this is the final chapter who wrote the books she's currently obsessed with. I'm sure Celeste wouldn't say she was obsessed with them, but she did actively squeal and fumble through her belongings for the books to show her that she was reading them. So, yeah. And it is that point that, because of Ashley's negotiations, she hands over an advanced signed copy of her next book, which is not out in print yet. Which is Dreamcatcher and Fields Afar.
Alert.
Dreamcatcher being the titular character of her, main character of her series.
This kills the paladin.
I'm remembering if I negotiated an invite to Sweet Delights or not. I probably did.
That sounds correct.
Yeah, I have vague memory of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. And it's this point that Janet produces a pair of glasses as a gift for Aurora. Rose-tinted reading glasses, so that the reader can read even without light.
Rose-colored glasses.
See, the heretics have some really good gifts, while the nobles didn't give us shit.
Isn't that just how nobles
Well,
are?
of course. I mean, they're nobles. It's just natural to give them gifts, right?
I learned how to give gifts from you. Later, eventually. That's stuck.
Huh?
Sorry, I'm doing something else and it's being frustrating. And I can't really explain what's happening because it's related to the upcoming campaign.
Oh, gotcha.
And so many of the players are here.
Imagine playing a game. Let's see. Let's see. At this point, actually, Aurora does give a gift. He offers, I think, a custom-made holy symbol of Celestia.
I believe so, yes.
Yep. Let's see. Yep, as a return gift to Janet.
Yeah, the tools from last session that he got was Buswork Jewel's tools. So
Jeweler. Yeah, okay. I remember. I couldn't recall if
Yeah,
it was calligraphy or a jeweler's kit at this point.
the funny thing is it listed the jeweler's tools as the thing he bought, and like the 50 gold piece jeweler's tools neglected the 2,000 gold piece trans-dimensional storage pack.
Yeah, it makes decisions. Not good ones. Let's see. At the market, 1 second, actually. I'm going to pull this up. Sorry, just one moment. It was back at the market, and there you are. This was session 30. Okay. Okay. Celeste slipped away into the market, but something caught her eye. Not only does something catch your eye, but briefly you spot a hooded pony with what appears to be a crooked horn. And this caught Celeste's very obvious attention as the hooded figure darts down the alleyway. Celeste follows them. As she does so, she begins to feel tired. Very tired. Sluggish. Sleepy. Would be a great time to sleep.
In an alleyway.
Celeste has brief glimpses of sensation breach her enforced slumber. Light shifting into dark black pitch, scraping against rock and stone, then soft dirt, eventually pressed against a wooden pole, splinters poking into your back and your legs as you are bound tightly against it. Continue to come in and out of consciousness like this for the next several hours. And it's at this point that the group realizes that Celeste has gone missing. Ashley bolts back to the cafe and bursts through to tell the news to Aurora, cutting the whole situation off. Celeste is gone, and the group quickly gathers to go look for her.
And replacing awkwardness with panicked action.
Oh, yeah. The group heads,
It's that thing that we were specifically trying to avoid happening.
right? All it took
Saving
was Celeste stepping away for just one moment, and she got caught. Who could have seen that coming, though?
Not me.
It's at this point the group gathers back together at the inn to plan their next moves, and Guidance blames himself for not catching what happened. Ashley works on a disguise to make him look like look like unicorns, so that maybe they could get taken to the same place, perhaps. Actually,
I also did it to Julia, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think also Julia and Wander. I think he dressed all three of themselves up.
Yeah, Wander. Oh, that was cute.
Horn that wonder.
Let's see. Janet follows along, helping where she can as a cleric. Let's see. They head to the city guard offices, where they're met up with Knight Sarah Goldray, who's loud and eager and ready to charge into danger the moment he hears what happened.
You need to repeat loud at least 2 more times.
Loud, 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 loud.
Our noble steed.
Session, let's see. The session ends with the group looking around for Celeste, with no real leads. Which brings us to session 35, Fashion Trends and Kidnapped Friends.
Nice rhyme.
Okay, the group with Goldray stepping in and being played by Zane for this session in place of Celeste.
You gotta pull up Goldray.
Which is, let's see, I had Goldray up here earlier. I should probably put him back on here since he's still with the group.
Relevant.
Yeah, along with Janet. There you are.
If you ever need a voice for Goldray, just think of it was relevant at the time. Reinhardt from Overwatch was basically what I was going for.
Oh yeah, I remember that coming up.
Completely forgot how Reinhardt sounds. Let me look this up.
Wow.
I never knew how Reinhardt sounded.
Would it help if I said Braum from League of Legends?
Even less of a clue. Okay.
God, I wish that were me. I mean, what?
Okay. All right. At this point, Ashley and Julia both dress as unicorns. Wanderlust. Okay, maybe they didn't dress Wander as a unicorn at this point. Doesn't mention it. But specifically, Ashley and Julia dress as naive foreign nobles who are unicorns, who are making a spectacle of being naive foreign unicorn nobles.
Oh God, I remember this. There was something about teacups balancing.
They were very interested in expensive special plates, teacups. Let's see. It's also at this point that Aurora finds a excuse me, finds a faint, fading magical trace that leads to the market. Goldray barrels through the market at even the mention of it, but the trail ends at a walled-off yard with a guard posted in front of it. Beyond the guard is a ruined building that's been long since reduced to rubble. Apparently it burned down a long time ago and collapsed. It's now dangerous. Let's see. Aurora suggests standing back and looking over the situation, figure out what to do next. Gold Ray, of course, immediately walks directly up to the guard and demands, let's see, as he puts it, ne'er-do-wells, demands to know where the ne'er-do-wells and pony nappers are. But the guard is literally just watching over a ruin to make sure kids don't play in it. Because that would be bad.
What?
What's that?
That's like, but the ne'er-do-wells, kidnappers, evildoers, surely you've seen them.
Well, apparently he had not. But let's see. At this point, it is at this point that Ashley, Julia, and Wander are met up with a pony calling himself Whipjack, who offers to lead them to a safe place. Let's see. How do I Whipjack, a civic-minded protector with, quote, friends and, quote, eyes everywhere, offering safety from the Snatchers, if the, quote, unicorns will come with him. He leads them to a little shack on the end of another, at the end of the market, where a lot of, looks like, shall we say, unsavory types are standing around, watching the place, where he then takes them inside and puts them what looks like a hovel, essentially, and keeps them there.
Fuck.
What's that?
I said Ashley's people, but I was muted.
Oh. The Ashley and Julia immediately suspect they are the ones actually kidnapping unicorns. But after a long-winded bit of explanation and well, they get found out as not being unicorns, first of all, but also find out that Whipjack literally had brought them here to try to protect them from being kidnapped.
And I'm sure as nobles, they would certainly provide him with appropriate recompense for such a noble task.
Oh, please. He was just being,
Civically
friendly,
minded.
yeah, civically minded, protector of ponies who are in a place that they, don't really know very well. Let's see. Oh, he also gives them bread to eat. It is specifically noted that he gives them bread and water.
He's trying to kill them, torture them in horrible ways that no noble can
It's true.
possibly comprehend.
Okay, and this is actually where the session ends, with Celeste still missing and the group unsure of where the hell they're supposed to be going. Well, that's not true. They have a pretty good idea where they're supposed to be going, but they're a little spread out at the moment. Which brings us to session 36, a ghost. Because of course.
Who are you going to call?
It's a good question.
What the?
Hmm?
Sorry. Or goofiness happening elsewhere.
Okay. The group is scrambling to get together after finally figuring out, that Whipjack maybe was not the one kidnapping the ponies, and figuring that they should follow through to investigate the ruined structure that's being guarded, as the trail does lead directly into it. Let's see. Oh, right. It's at this point they get an argument with Whipjack, who is very clear that they are not kidnapped, and lets them go when they, try to land.
They unkidnap themselves.
Yes, it's true. Let's see. It's at this point the group decides to just, well, Gold Ray decides just to charge right into the ruin site.
Gold rays.
We mentioned his intelligence score. It's not great.
It's fun playing
Actually,
a character with a very low intelligence score, isn't it?
Gold Ray and Core high five.
He speaks enough for the both of them.
He sure does. He speaks enough for everyone.
It's true. Fun fact about Gold Ray: you can't silence him; it won't work. Let's see. Sorry. All right. The group charges into the Gold Ray charges into the ruin, and the others follow him, if reluctantly. The guard lets them because it's a fucking knight in full armor charging through your position, and you're just a city guard.
I'm not
Yeah,
paid
you're
enough
paid
for
enough
this.
to deal with this.
Something about the ruin feels wrong, though, as they enter. There's a certain energy about the place that you don't have to be a magic user to detect. And they find a path inside the ruins that drops down from the street level into, let's see, there's an area underneath that's collapsed into the sewers. Which the group uses some ropes to get down into the sewers to investigate closer. Inside, they, let's see. Let's see. They find passages inside the sewer are also collapsed, but there's one route that they're able to find through that isn't, or rather, that looks more able to be gotten through. There's a structure, a tunnel that is loose rubble inside. They clear the rubble, finding a number of bodies that had been there apparently for quite some time, crushed by the collapse of the building above. Several victims. Let's see. And it was soon after this that the group was attacked by a strange glimmer of light in a vaguely pony shape. Let's see. Several of them, in fact. And the group is moving through these now unblocked tunnels to investigate further. They're very clearly on the right path. They're also attacked by haunted objects, and they find digging equipment, pickaxes and shovels and such, which, when they approach it, comes to life and attacks them as well.
Okay.
Let's see.
Some point Ashley hurts his leg, not seriously, and makes Gold Ray carry her.
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, I
That
think
was
it was
actually
like
the whole point. Like Ashley was just being carried by Gold Ray the whole time because he didn't feel like walking.
yeah, it wasn't like a bare scratch. It wasn't like an actual injury. It was just Ashley playing it up and having Gold Ray carry him.
Yeah, that was the fun part.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Goldray, all right. It's actually when they reach this tunnel that Janet cannot follow them because the tunnel is too small. So she stays behind to essentially keep an eye on their way back out. Convenient that the cleric specifically is separated from the party at this point.
Convenient.
Just because it's a area full of undead and the cleric can just go turn, turn, turn.
And that brings us to the end of that session, and we're on to session 37, The Eater of Unicorns.
Oh dear, that is a hell of a title.
Evocative, one might say.
Let's see.
I sure hope Celeste is okay.
I suspect she is.
There might be one or 2 points of evidence that suggest that she might have made it through and is okay.
I mean, eventually.
Why can I imagine like this story being told to Stonehoof later and Wanda just sitting there like edge of his seat like I hope so that's okay. Wanda, you were literally there.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, the group is still following the faint magic that Aurora had detected in the market, with Goldray pushing forward as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And
I don't know if I trust Goldray anymore.
Look, Goldray does not have the brain power to be treacherous. You can trust that he has the best interests in mind. That's just all he has in his mind.
it's true.
Fair enough.
But
He's thinking half a step ahead at all times.
Hmm.
and nowhere else. So the group is constantly at this point encountering things that are known as horn echoes, that are essentially the ghosts of unicorns that are firing off the last spells that they had, or that they knew.
Right.
And let's see. They eventually make it through to a what looks like a lair, an area that had been hollowed out by a thing, a massive, grotesque abomination that. Let's see if I can pull up. Where you are. A massive, grotesque abomination that looks like it has the fused heads and bodies of unicorns in it. Horns poking out of all over it.
Horns should not be.
Yes, correct. Some of the bodies still twitching and moving of their own accord. The horns firing off at seemingly random times.
It's probably fine.
What fresh hell created this thing?
Oh, I can tell you that, Laura. I don't know if I ever actually went into it. But it is at this point that the group, Goldray, Julia, Wander, Aurora, Ashley, everybody, Guidance, everybody but Celeste, obviously, fights the massive horror of flesh, which self-destructs into a fireball, if I remember right, once they actually put it down.
Lucky them.
Lucky them.
Yeah, lucky we won fire.
So the unicorn eater, it is a pony that is not a unicorn, who dies in a situation that could have easily been prevented by magic that, well, resents unicorns. And in its anger becomes a horror show consuming unicorns and using their stored magic as its own. So once it finally fully consumes a unicorn, it'll have all of the spells that that unicorn had stored, but it is never able to refresh them. So it has to consume more unicorns to get more magic. Thus the name.
Fascinating.
And because of the nature of what it is, it tends to have a lot of horn echoes following it around. Not necessarily controlled by it, but usually angry enough to attack anything alive that's in the area.
Man, too bad you didn't have a paladin around who gets bonus damage against undead.
Too bad. Okay, and we'll also go over what happened with Celest at this point. Celest had been captured by the Unicorn Eater and tied to a wooden board or a wooden pole. Had come back to consciousness a few times like this. And okay. Actually, I think this actually brings us to session 38. Return and recuperate. Where we follow actually what was going on with Celest. So, excuse me. Actually, maybe it's over here.
So in the logs and stuff, it says
Yeah, it's
in world date was April 20th. Did they use the regular months from?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Celeste got kidnapped on my birthday.
Happy birthday. This present sucks.
You went through all of that on my birthday. Congratulations.
well, you know. Okay, so I don't actually have it in the log here. But, so, Celeste met another pony named Card Trick. As well as several of the other unicorns down there also captured and held against their will by the Unicorn Eater, who was slowly, who was torturing them and picking them individually to take, one at a time. Card Trick is very clearly the ancestor of a certain specific pony.
No idea what you might be implying.
Huh.
It is a mystery.
I don't see it.
Do, 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 do.
Clearly. But Celeste manages to get out of her binds and manages to free the rest of the unicorns that are in that place. It is also, Celeste notices she has been quite cut up by the Unicorn Eater, who occasionally comes into the room just to mess with them before leaving and dragging one of the unicorns out.
You want to see how I got this scar? It was this.
It was. This is literally where Celeste gets the scar on her face. Is the Unicorn Eater
Making her more handsome.
You know, she'll probably not. She doesn't care about where. Where she got it part was probably kind of like a, oh, that's how it happened. But, you know, she's not afraid of wearing her scars.
That's a good thing.
There will be more.
But it is at this
Not
point.
if I can help it.
It is at this point that Celeste manages to free all of the unicorns that are down in that hole in the ground, and they rush out of there to find the group has already defeated the Unicorn Eater. So the way I'd set the fight up actually is, if the fight had taken too long, Celeste would have come out of the back with the other unicorns. Which would have been a fun way to end the fight, but
I ain't no damsel in distress.
well, let's be clear,
Party
you were
was
in
just so
distress.
skilled.
Yeah, well, I was about to make it to Unicorn Eater's distress.
You were gonna pay it forward. How nice.
Yeah,
It's true.
I was gonna charge all of these emaciated, tortured unicorns at a relatively dangerous opponent. You know what? It's not. That's not the part that matters.
It was unfortunately at this point that the ruins that the guard warned them were dangerous, started to show it being dangerous as it began to collapse. The group manages to get everybody out of there. But unfortunately, pretty much the entire section of the neighborhood falls in on the collapsed area into the tunnels, including a rather large apartment complex. Which,
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
thankfully, no
Look, it
one
was going to
died.
happen. It was going to happen with or without us.
Yes, that's true. It was actually getting pretty close to collapsing regardless. It's just the group happened to come in at the worst possible time. And,
And set
there
off
was also a fireball or, some explosions that happened under there that maybe
I
unsettled
mean,
things.
surely that didn't have any
No
real
such things.
effect.
What are you talking about?
The rest of that session was the group in damage response mode, rescuing ponies from the collapsing building. Keep this in mind. It's going to happen again.
If only we had some. We just got some stretchers. Autumn.
Instantly proving the value of those stretchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Building slips, collapsing into the hole, damaging the neighborhood structure so badly it looks ready to follow. The group does manage to evacuate the area. And let's see. Oh, right. Okay. So there is a mayor on one of the top floors of the complex who is panicking, and Aurora flies to the window and issues a command to get out now. And she does by diving out the window, landing badly and breaking her legs. That was fun.
Yeah, should have chose your words better.
You did this, Aurora. You did this.
By memory, the building fell down pretty much directly after that.
Yeah. And
So,
he saved her life. Absolutely.
I
Luckily,
believe there was a reflex save involved in not being in the building when it went down,
yeah,
or something like that.
I remember that being the case. Let's see. The group, okay. The city guard and medics from the city take over at this point, and the group is allowed to leave. So they take Celeste back to the inn. But everyone
For a hot
is.
shower.
What's that?
For a hot shower.
Yeah. Everyone
Or
is
bad.
super emotionally exhausted, as well as physically. So at this point, they take the opportunity to take a heated bath, or baths rather.
Now, you may have thought that I have done enough sleeping for the day, but if I were to assume what I did back then, it would be, all right, good bath. bed.
Yeah. Look, there's unconsciousness and there's recovery. Usually recovery requires some amount of specific unconsciousness.
True.
Let's see.
As much.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Let's say as much rest as it may seem, usually being unconscious against your will isn't actually that restful.
It's not. Quite the opposite, in fact. It is this point that after everyone has had their chance to get clean and rest a little, that Celeste first sees her new scar. Let's see. She doesn't take it well at the time, but Ashley, I think at this point, shows Celeste their own scars as a show of solidarity. It's I know the kind of things you've been through.
And it must be noted, both of them are going to build that collection significantly after that.
Also showed off like that
The branding.
burn mark of the branding.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's at this point there's a little bit of a
I'm
tip.
a sinner.
I don't know that at this point Celeste realized that it meant you were a worshiper of Discord so much as you had been marked by Discord.
It's the same fucking thing.
I don't think Celeste put that together though at the time.
True.
Let's see. Card Trick stops by to thank the group for their help and leaves them with a essentially leaves them with a business card. She is a professional performer, after all.
And was the business card like a two of diamonds on one side?
No, I don't. She didn't literally leave a business card. More of a metaphorical business card, if you will.
Yes.
Let's see. Gold Ray was Solar Pop. Solar Pop was one of the unicorns that had been found below. Returned to the church to get rested up. Julia introduces the new member of the party, formally naming them Link.
Baby.
Let's see, where is Link?
Amusingly, there's a character I'm not sure we ever met. No, we didn't. There's a character in Celeste's history that is also called Link.
His role
Chain Link
was
specifically, but
his role was a little usurped, shall we say?
So this card is
good job,
long
Ashley.
live the king. God, brother.
There we are. Here is Link.
Also, I think I'm realizing I never did actually draw Pop, did I?
No, I was looking before. I think you drew I think you drew like a sketch, but you never like made a full token. I don't think.
I think as a joke I recolored Sunburst.
Yes. I do know for a fact his appearance was just straight up basically Sunburst. But
He would have been a very, very similar to Sunburst.
yeah.
Get it? Solar Pop. Ha ha ha.
I see what you did there, my friend.
Yeah.
Don't do it again.
I will.
Actually, do. This is 100%
Will in fact
pony.
happen again.
This is as like standard pony as it comes. So patterns and pellet swaps.
It's true.
You know what? I believe it. Look, in my defense, if Sunburst's mom is called like Stellar something like that, I forget her last name, but it's also just literally another word for Sunburst. And if it's good enough for the actual show,
I mean,
yeah, we certainly would never dream of having characters with splits of names on each other. We have perfectly reasonable protagonists like Twilight Sparkle and antagonists like Starlight Glimmer and Sunset Shimmer and
Is it Stellar Flare?
Stellar Flare, yeah, that's right.
it's a pretty good name, to be honest.
It is.
Let's see. At this point, Link is tiny and harmless.
it's
At this
baby.
point,
Is baby,
it's a baby.
and she invites Wander to pet the bug.
This pleases the Wonder.
Yeah. At this
According to
point,
the synopsis, it didn't.
What's that?
According to the synopsis, it didn't please the Wander until after the petting.
yes. So yeah, Wander was actually pretty scared at this point because of the fights with the hivelings beforehand. So to show Wander that Link was not a threat, she invited him to give him a pet, and it worked.
And then we get jealousy issues.
That's right.
Wander, you're no longer the baby of the group.
I think it was Guidance
Yeah.
that was getting jealous.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think
He's
I
no
think
longer
this was
the
when
smallest dark creature.
yeah, I think this is when Guidance was beginning to have some issues.
I don't
They
think
weren't
Guidance has
re-
ever been the smallest dark creature. Wanderlust is right there.
But yeah, like I wasn't really playing it up so much at this point, but I think at this point Wander was beginning to be able to function a little better without Guidance.
Yeah.
And beginning to actually understand how to, exist and survive into society. And Guidance was sort of going, okay, so what am I there for then?
Yeah.
And that, it started off as a little niggle, and it got worse. It got a lot
So
worse.
what I'm hearing is this is the turning point where Guidance is like, I am a person and my purpose is this, but the purpose isn't actually that. Oh no, does that mean I'm not a person?
I don't know if Guidance thought himself as a person at this point,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
but more or
He was
less,
a being.
I mean, you got the main issue of the whole thing, and that is where that
Guidance.
session. That's where that
Guidance was
There
session.
was another trigger. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
Yeah, I mean, there have been some things that happened. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it all started with somebody getting bisected in a forest.
Yeah, like that was that was genuinely not great. I got
Just imagining that Guidance sees this happens and goes, that was horrifying. Why am I horrified?
oh no. Guidance knows exactly why he's horrified. Guidance knows that he's not he's got the memories at least the main soul of the pony of the two of them. Wander actually shortly afterwards, everyone's like, don't they want to see the corpse? Like he'll be traumatized, and Wander's like, it's not moving, it's fine.
yeah,
It's sleeping.
It's when they stand up and come at you, that's when Wander freaks the fuck out. But Wander,
Which is a valid reaction, to be honest. Most people would probably freak out about that.
That's true.
Yeah. What Wanda is not fully. I think it's as much just that he doesn't fully comprehend the concept of death at this point, but he was not freaked out by death. Whereas, yeah, Guidance has the pony soul, and the pony soul just got splashed with a lot of innards.
It's the worst part is that the group didn't know at all, and
Oh, absolutely.
and it just kept compounding from there because again, they didn't know they should be protecting Guidance specifically from these things.
Well, maybe if a certain kid, he wasn't pretending to be kind of something he wasn't.
100% Guidance's fault.
But that brings us to a close on that session. The Unicorn Eater defeated, the group resting and recovering. That brings us to session 39, Legends of Welara Awakening, which I think I just pulled out of my ass.
Is there a giant fish involved?
No. Actually, I do believe that having a party member named Link was specifically the impetus for naming it this way.
That makes sense, yeah.
Let's see. Now, this one I'm going to have to try to remember exactly what was going on at this point.
In the meantime, as we've just finished a thing, I'm going to bounce out. Feel free to continue without me for a bit, but I need to bounce out for a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so it actually was at this point that the group was mostly recovering. I think this is a recovery session for the most part. This is the
That seems
session.
reasonable.
What's that?
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. You'll notice a trend. The group becomes incredibly traumatized by something and then spends the next session or two recovering from that trauma. Imperfectly, I might add.
Always imperfectly.
It is
This
actually
eventually results in a stone hoof.
It's true. It is actually at this point that this is when Ashley reveals the mark and the old scars. And Celeste is horrified, naturally, that Ashley is... do you remember what your mindset was with Celeste for the mark?
Oh, hard to say, but I don't think she was super... The likely thought was something along the lines of, what did they do to you?
That's right. Yeah, Celeste assumed that Ashley had been taken by the cult and forced that mark on Ashley.
Well, it was forced on.
Yes.
I'll be honest about that. It was not technically the cult. It was himself.
Yeah.
That fucking bastard.
What a bastard.
What a dick.
Let's see. Yeah, the group is settling in, trying to recover. They make a decision on heading to the city of Nickerfort, which is a massive port city, the largest city in Welara, where the auctions are being held for the book. And they make the decision to bring the book back to Mocha to try to get the two ponies to speak to one another again.
Try to get the idiots to be less idiots.
Yeah. Which, after they've made that decision, leads us to the next session, session 40, just another Tuesday. Which, let's see. Yep, okay, this is the one. Where are the thing? Oh yeah. So, before the group is able to actually leave on their next leg of the journey, they are arraigned for trial for the collapse of the collapse of the neighborhood they were involved with. And it's here they actually meet for the first time Lady Dawnstar, the owner of the Dawn Company, who shows up to personally represent the group in trial. Because, well, the heroes.
Look at party.
What's that?
Let me look at party. Do you want any of them to represent themselves besides Aurora?
I was going to say, Aurora could probably do it properly or successfully.
What?
Yeah, but like
Celest
he'll be dragged
could-
down by the rest of us. And Celeste can just throw her noble name, okay? But like, and the rest of us, we're fucked.
Celeste
look at that.
could probably potentially represent herself, but she's also not trained in
Celeste?
legal matters, where I suspect Aurora has had some.
Not officially, but she's
What's that?
Aurora reads a lot of books.
Celeste reads
but
about as many.
knowledge covers a lot of things.
Celeste reads about as many books, I gotta say.
He's a book reader.
It's true.
I feel like they're different.
I'll give Aurora the edge on this one. Celeste does read a lot of books, but also she uses her sword a lot. She did spend a lot of time honing that ability.
Whereas I also suspect that Aurora had, when he was younger, a lot of the weight of his noble house put on his shoulders in a way that Celeste probably didn't quite.
Oh yeah, she was a disappointment.
Ow. I wasn't going in that direction, but ow.
Granted, that was a very recent development, but like, she wasn't a disappointment prior to a certain thing.
Yeah, Celeste was specifically being honed to be another weapon master for the house. That didn't really pan out in the way that they wanted. Maybe
I became a
eventually.
weapon master.
Yeah.
that
Wrong
part.
weapon?
No, just it's the for the house part that's contentious.
Let's see. Whereas Aurora had more specifically training, we'll say in more traditionally noble things.
Yeah. My thing is traditionally noble, damn it.
In House Glimmerspark.
In-house glimmers.
Okay, I will say that like swordsmen and such is pretty traditionally noble, it's true. But running the house more. Anyway, tangent. So the Dawnstar shows up at the trial specifically to represent the group. And basically puts forward that the group is essentially, they're basically heroes. And, well, rather than, rather than being convicted, they are in fact compensated for their work. And they are personally thanked by Dawnstar before, asked by Dawnstar to follow up on a request with a Circle Arcanum, who wants them to. Let's see. Who wants them to meet and take on a mission for a way changer. Let's see. Leave. Okay. Is after this they finally manage to get their things together. They take on the mission for the mission to meet Waychanger. And finally leave the city to head to Nickerfort. As they're leaving, or rather after they've left, they've been on the road for a few days, they are ambushed, or rather they're stopped on the road by a pony in armor who calls himself the Toll Keeper, who tells them that in order to pass, they will need to pay the toll. They quickly deduce this is not official by any means.
Can we pay it in arrows and magic?
And other things that make you go, ow.
Me looking at the item called Tollkeeper's Longsword that has been in my inventory for a very, very long time. I wonder how this battle turned out. Oh.
Let's see. They don't negotiate at all.
I'm
Celest
shocked.
moves into direct confrontation.
Were you playing that Gallagher character a little long there, Zane?
Did Celeste take a considerably more confrontational tone after the Unicorn Eater thing? Maybe.
It was entirely in character for her to do so, even if it was way more aggressive than usual. But she was done with this shit at this point, and very clear that she was done with this shit.
Look, she just had a really bad day, okay? And just somebody just happened to try to shake her down right this moment.
She, in Celeste's, to Celeste's credit, she gave them the chance to stop, to give up, and don't do this. But then they shot arrows.
You've got one chance to not make my day.
Let's see. The fight goes as you'd expect. Tollkeeper is really damn tough, though. Eventually gets pinned and just like severely punished for this ambush, but survives.
Your sword now belongs to Celeste. Move.
So they do manage to get the rest of the group to surrender after Tollkeeper is taken down. And the group learns that Tollkeeper isn't really doing this because he wants to, nor are any of his men. But they are afraid to disobey their orders to do this because of the consequences of what will happen if they don't.
Man, the consequences of my actions.
What's that?
Oh man, the consequences of my actions.
Let's see. The road is cleared, and they take Tollkeeper prisoner, which actually leads back to the next, or at least the next session of the campaign, session 41. Bandit organizational charts require updating. Let's see. I don't appreciate the way you formatted that GPT.
Yeah, it seems to.
W Jack off screen. Okay.
Check off screen, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. They actually captured a few of the other bandits, but okay, with Tollkeeper essentially being forced to lead the way, leads them to his campsite, and the party goes through and clears the camp. Not by fighting them so much as having Tollkeeper have them stand down, and the camp basically becomes deserted, if I recall correctly. Let's see. Tollkeeper implies that there are consequences far worse than death for betraying the masters who put him up to this. It is at this point that Julia has taken an interest in trying to turn Tollkeeper's life around, specifically to try to get him out of this. A lot of this was... What's that?
Because she doesn't have enough. She just keeps adopting more.
Look, if you leave her alone with someone for more than 5 seconds, what can you expect?
So I don't know if it actually came up in the full logs at any point, but Julia was talking a lot with Tollkeeper through this, trying to get him to turn his life around. She even put up the money to get him out of the country because of what, clearly what was going on with this whole situation. Tollkeeper's family was in danger as well if he did not, report back to his masters. Let's see. It was here in the camp that the group found money, a map with multiple roads highlighted, roads that lead to Nickerfort, suggesting multiple toll operations are feeding money to a specific place in Nickerfort. And
this crime seems highly organized.
It's extremely organized. This is also where you found the Ring of Sustenance, I think.
Wander was happy with that.
I don't think Wander got that Ring of Sustenance. Did they?
Didn't they? Oh.
I honestly can't remember.
It's been a while.
But check everyone's equipment lists.
Let's remember was that they didn't need to eat as much, and then as Wander, we need to tell them to eat.
Honestly, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea for Wander to have, but
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it actually makes notes of who got it.
I have a vague memory that he was still being not really wanting to go to sleep so much, and someone sort of said, giving him access to that's probably not good.
Especially if you want him to learn to take care of himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and all right, the party takes a chance to take an overnight rest here. I think not in the camp itself, but after they clear it out, they find a place in camp. And then the group finds a wagon that looks familiar. Except,
oh yeah,
it's rotted and covered in mold and fungus.
Oh no.
They find Silky's wagon. The same one that they had found in the first few sessions of the campaign. And around it, they find 2 full skeletons. One of them with wings. There's one skeleton that is not there.
It's and it's probably fine.
Clearly,
Yeah, it's,
the group takes this time to burn the wagon and bury the skeletons and cleanse the surrounding area of the bard's boon that they do find growing in the area.
Yeah.
A little bit of fire never hurt.
hmm. Hmm.
A lot of fire, on the other hand.
It's fine.
Let's see. After this, the party arrives in Nickerfort and are almost immediately greeted by a Pegasus courier who brings a message to Julia Longwing by name, delivering an envelope labeled urgent. He then asks for a tip, rather aggressively, before identifying himself as Swift. Let's see. Right. The letter is congratulatory for, destroying or defeating the Unicorn Eater. But then switches over to being an offer. In Nickerfort, there's a criminal group that has taken up shop, and a rival criminal group would like our party to remove them. The main reason they even consider this is because the rival group that has set up shop in Nickerfort deals in drugs, and worse, slaves, capturing and taking ponies elsewhere. The author says that they're not able to get rid of the faction because they're being led by some sort of monster, and also suggests that the guards of Nickerfort, even mercenary companies in the area, are compromised. So they offer a payment of 2,000 crowns per party member to remove the criminal enterprise from Nickerfort.
Sweet.
They stipulate to not involve the guard and don't involve any of the companies, because to do so would be to tip them off. The letter is signed by a single initial W. But Julia almost immediately recognized that it's probably okay, so the courier named the sender of the letter as Jack. So Julia more or less immediately puts together that the letter is from Whipjack, the same pony that offered to protect them back in Canterkeep. Doesn't hurt that the letter is written almost the exact same way that Whipjack spoke to them. Very polite, very businesslike. Let's see. Session ends with the group standing at the very edge of Nickerfort and deciding on what they're going to do next. It is at this point the group going into the next session. Daisy is coming.
Yay, Daisy.
Let's see.
Daisy, my favorite stowaway.
I love that it didn't include locations. Or okay, it includes some locations. Okay. All right. Party arrives in Nickerfort. Also dragging along Tollkeeper, I think, still at this point. and they head to an inn that Aurora was familiar with from his first few months here in Welara, the Sea Pony's Rest, which is an inn on the docks. It's kind of a bazaar district sort of area on the docks. Almost the entirety of Nickerfort seems to be devoted to merchants and bazaars and money in general. In fact, I
All
believe...
warehouses and you can poke a stick at.
Oh yeah, it is packed with commerce. The group arrives, and immediately, before anyone can get their bearings, Aurora is tackled by a pastel blur.
Destroyed.
Pegasus Leader.
And it is a pony named Daisy Chain.
Daisy
Chain. A pony that Aurora met on the way to Welara as a stowaway on the same ship that he was on.
Always weird how she had the words "do not caffeinate" superimposed hovering over her head.
So we make
Funny,
a
it's
mission.
weird. I can't read, and yet I can still understand those.
Let's see. They introduce Aurora introduces this pony to the party. She is very excitable, very hyper, and pulling fourth dimensional antics a la Pinkie Pie the entire time they are speaking with her.
I do love Pinkie Pie's antics.
Including out of bouncing the map on multiple occasions to slide in from the other side. You know, just...
He's a handful.
Sure.
Anomalous entity detected.
Let's see. Also, while the group is settling in, Ashley notices that the walls of the bar at the bar are plastered in posters, including a group of posters for the girl on fire in at Sweet Delights.
Who could that be?
It's a good question.
It is a mystery.
This pony looks familiar.
Not at all. Not at
Your
all.
face looks familiar.
I
We
hope
made it
so.
up. Doesn't exist.
Okay, 1 second. I think I have. The full poster is somewhat obscured because there are a lot of other posters that are plastered right up next to it. But okay. Okay.
Who could that be?
It is a mystery.
Complete and utter mystery.
And we know.
But since they entered the bar, there's also a bat pony that has been watching them, like a hawk since they
fan.
entered. What's that?
A fan.
A fan.
Shouldn't the bat pony be watching them like a cat?
No,
Bats are blind.
they're really not. But It is a pony with a flute who reveals herself to be a massive fan of Julia, or not really.
Julia. Ooh.
Massive fan of Ashley specifically, who
I
identifies
have a life outside you,
who identifies herself as Flutterflute, who has never been able to travel to Dactylopolis, but has had some of our Arcanum friends send back illusions and sendings of the shows at Sweet Delights.
That's illegal.
It's
No
not.
recordings.
That's free promotion, hey.
Yeah,
That's encouraged even.
it's never going to be
You're
the
not getting
same.
in unless. Well, I mean, you can get in, but like, place is booked.
Yeah. Ashley schmoozes it up with her and gives her a card that she is called a Get In Easy card, or Get An Easy Pass, rather than like a free pass. But also signs it and gives a personal message on the card as well, something to keep. Which is, she's clearly ecstatic about it. I think it's, see, yes, is at this point that Flutter plays music for the group, for the bar, and Ashley, I think, dances as well. I think that was the case. Or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Celeste eventually wanders in, partly by the squeaking, and partly by the commotion, and partly by the way Ashley's charisma seems to bend the room around him. That's the words of the synopsis, I guess. That's how they put it. Let's see. She does eventually then see the poster. Glamour shot of Ashley with the, well, you can see the poster here already. The first clue that Ashley is maybe an exotic dancer of some sort. I don't know if Ashley had ever volunteered any of this information beforehand.
Nope. Before this, Ashley was actively trying to destroy every poster they found.
Sure.
But hey, if you have a fan, you can disappoint.
Okay, the group, Celeste keeps it to herself, but she is experiencing emotions at finding this information out.
Those emotions, they'll get you every time.
It's true.
Damn it.
They sneak up on you.
Okay, the group sets up for the night. They put Tollkeeper in a room by himself, it looks like, and they watch the room to make sure he doesn't leave. Let's see, and settle in for the night and actually sleep. They dip out early the next morning, I believe, to avoid Daisy. Yeah, if I remember right, they dip out early to avoid Daisy and head out to...
Rude.
I mean, it's a lot of energy, especially in the morning, to deal with Daisy.
Simply be a morning pony.
Okay. And all right. That leads us to session 43, Attack on Warehouse.
One of my favorite moments. I and some of the worst.
There's some pretty.
Isn't that how it goes in Dungeons and or Dragons?
It's true. So the group leaves in the morning to head to. Let's see. They decide to head to the warehouse. They have a few days until the auction is actually going to be held, so they decide to make use of that time and go ahead and head for the warehouse to investigate. The first thing they notice, first and foremost, there are a lot of guards around that warehouse that should not be there. Sure, a warehouse is going to have guards, but they see more than just city guards. They also see the same sackcloth hooded thugs that they found in the sewers in Colton. The ones that had been moving the Blue Sun, the drug.
That Ashley is still wearing. I hold carrying.
I wonder if that's ever going to come up.
I disposed of it at a...
Oh,
It's drugs. It's fine. No, I gave it to the Dawn Company at a later date, I believe. I removed it from my inventory.
Let's see. This the group takes time to figure out how they're going to deal with this. Ashley, for a while, thinks about trying to start a fire to make a distraction, but
Out of character.
eventually decides against it because
Oh, how out of character.
I believe because it would have started like a massive fire in the area because the buildings are all really tightly packed together here.
And it's a harbor made of food, you know.
Also not great.
Like, I will start a fire to distract things. I won't be able to control it. Maybe
I don't
not.
think that's as big a concern for Ashley. But actually, no, if I remember right, one of the main reasons is there are a lot of innocent workers here. Very clearly ponies that are just here loading and unloading warehouse. Let's see. The group decides to take the side door. They pick a lock using... Julie actually bought a skeleton key recently and uses that to pick the a side door's lock. And they're pretty quickly found out. They weren't really able to sneak in outside of, making inside of the building. Let's see.
Our party has many fine features. Subtlety and travel without notice is not high amongst them.
Not for most of them, no. Okay, so there's a lot of fighting that happens on this floor, the first floor. Not really too much of note other than it was horrifying. And at some point, one of the slack hooded thugs makes the mistake of shooting Wander with a bolt from his crossbow. The
Mistake you make once.
the entire group lights up with a Metal Gear Solid alert noise and immediately turns all of their attention on that one thug. Other things of note is this is when the true horror of trying to fight this group comes into real focus. As there are layers of spells being laid on the battlefield.
But there may have been some fire.
A lot of fire.
Just a little bit of fire.
Just a little. As a treat.
But that leads us to
Yeah, we had a moment of like, are we the baddies? And then we thought, no, they're the ones who shot Wanda.
Yeah, they should have filed. That was their mistake.
so the group finds a front office. They okay. Actually, this did happen before the fight. They actually found the front office before they actually got into a real fight. Where they were expecting to find incriminating evidence to justify like a whole raid. But what they really do, instead they find mostly paperwork. A lot of paperwork. And most of it, all of it, looking legitimate.
That can't stop me because I can't read.
But it becomes clear that there's something else going on here, clearly, beyond the legitimate business, just from the amount of masked thugs roaming the area. Which leads us to session 44, a hooves of hooves. Let's see. This is specifically when the fight happens. But I think... No, that was actually next session. Okay. I'll... So, the group is exploring the warehouse, where they find more thugs wandering around, as well as mages. Like, very clearly mages with... like in small groups, wandering about doing something here in the warehouse. They're not really sure, but they also find massive barrels here, like storage barrels for shipping, especially from like large cargo ships. And the group hears knocking, like desperate knocking on the barrels. The thugs don't seem terribly happy about it, but they are keeping their distance. And the group decides to, well, clearly they're keeping prisoners in there that they should not be. So the group decides to open one of the barrels, and in doing so, they free a large number of strange, horrible abominations with hooves growing out of their backs.
Bird horse. But bad.
These things came out in large numbers and began to trample over everything. Guards, they came at the party. I don't think there were any workers in the area, but they would have been attacked as well if there had been.
The reason Wanda was shot in the back was because he was yelling at the work. You know, he was leaning over the edge, telling the workers, "You probably want to leave. Things are going to get spicy here."
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. And then one pony made the worst decision of their entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well, he was leaning over the edge, being like, you know, yelling at people to run away, and leaving himself wide open. And someone on the next level up went, "Ooh, free target."
let's see. So clearly something is going on in this warehouse at this point. Like, even beyond the concerns of moving slaves and drugs, they're moving these weird abominations too. Which seems to be a continuing thing that happens with this specific group.
We do be encountering a lot of flesh warped things.
Well, while true, it is the group they're fighting specifically that this seems to be coming up with a lot.
I think we should stop that.
Which leads to session 45. Mute burnt tentacles and the ponies they love. Which, if it's not clear, this is the session where someone shoots Wander with a crossbow. And some of the things that happen in the session are tentacles, black tentacles, are summoned. Spells of silence are overlaid on that. Massive areas of fire.
That's weird.
It's a bad time for everyone who is not a member of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I think it's a particularly great time for some people who were in the party.
It's true.
Let it be known if you shoot the child, shoot the child,
It's true.
we'll do bad things to you.
We're all in an agreement on that.
Let's see. Yeah, it's just a complete horror show for the defenders of the warehouse at this point.
We're around the campfire or whatever, and y'all telling Stone about this part, and he's just sitting there nodding like, that is the correct response, yes.
Here's the deal. They show us body horror stuff. We show them fire horror stuff.
We kill it with fire, yeah.
Yeah.
Made
Let's
with
see.
love.
The group also finds a number of anonymous, mass-produced, identical spell books that clearly, or that have been given to the members of this group. And each one of them is inscribed with a sigil. A sigil the party has seen a few times now. The symbol for the Magirian.
King of love. I mean, fucking Magirian.
Still haven't really, seemingly made a major blow against them.
One day.
Should probably square that away eventually.
We've been
Yeah.
busy.
But by the time we get to dealing with them, we're going to be dropping ninth level spells on them.
What will they return to us? That's the question.
And with that, it leads us into the next session. Session 46, Fallen Starlight.
My brain.
All right.
I remember this session. I remember being introduced to the nausea thing. Nausea sucks.
Nausea does suck. Sorry about that. So, the group is heading up the stairs to the upper parts of the warehouse at this point, having fought their way through quite a few thugs and mages. And it's here that they, let's see, they meet a goat in white robes standing before the upper floors of the warehouse. And on his shoulder is a white rat. The exact same kind of white rat with the same sigil in his forehead as the first encounter the group ever had together.
Let's give it alcohol.
Well, that was the Rat King. This one is like that one white rat that was channeling
Priest
positive.
rat.
Yeah, priest rat. Rather than fighting, Celeste almost immediately storms up to try to engage him. The goat doesn't move out of the way and does not act aggressively. Instead, stops and offers a truce. If they remove the overseer, which they were going to do anyway, he offers to help them in return for some concessions from his own masters, because he believes the overseer is a horrible choice who should never have been installed in the first place.
Agreed, but probably not for the same reasons.
And let me see if I can find this goat, or this pony, this goat.
Goat.
Goat. This goat identifies himself as Longhorn.
I wonder.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a mystery.
Hmm.
Let's see. The group agrees more or less to go along with this. Not necessarily that they intended to really work with them so much as it was just another in for the fight. And well, I mean, it's avoiding more fighting now before they have to get to the actual thing. So before they go in, Wander places invisibility on himself. This is important.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Now, any attack that is made ever could be aimed at Wanderlost and we wouldn't know, so let's preemptively wipe it all out.
It's true. It's very true. All right. And the group heads up. Let's see. The goat unlocks the doors and heads in with the group to see the overseer, who is a I had you a second ago. There we go. Who is a demon,
Shaped.
which in the Welara, which in the sense of Welara is a an angel, which is a light elemental who has opened up to sensation. Angels are normally elemental beings of light who do not experience the sensations of the mortal world, but if they are ever forced to, become obsessed with it.
Immediately go a little bit insane.
Just a little bit.
First hit of a hell of a drug.
This creature introduces itself as Overseer, or the Overseer. It gives another name. Let's see. Wait, it doesn't actually not give a name. Trying to recall. Well, its name more or less translates to starlight. Thus the name. Let's see.
Man, she looks different.
What?
Starlight. She got a
Oh.
hell of a glow up. Yeah.
That glimmer really had something important, apparently.
It was that, or I make a joke about Nick, whose last name is in Starlight.
Sure. They're all related.
Yeah. Nick is the odd sheep of the bunch.
You are.
Okay, so maybe they're all odd sheep.
It's just a bit. She also has with her a large flesh construction of an abomination. Which she seems to be very fond of.
We can fix that.
I mean, the group did destroy the abomination early-ish on. She did not take it well.
You know, I don't think I was particularly concerned with their feelings at the time.
I wonder why.
Let's see. As soon as the group entered the room, the goat summoned a massive water elemental, then walked to the other side of the room and cast a dimension door and left. Did you forget about that?
I wasn't there.
Oh, I couldn't tell who that was.
Sorry. No, that was me. That was fucking. Oh, what a
The goat
participation!
was the smart one.
To be fair, he did set the water elemental to attack the overseer, so he did help.
Yeah, by spawning the one thing we hate. What?
He said he would help. He didn't say to what capacity.
Also, come on. The group wasn't going to honor his bargain as he wanted it to
Absolutely
be.
not.
He could read that on your faces.
Sorry, my whole doing battle against all things evil thing. I kind of have to go with that, you know?
Sorry, it was the paladin in you.
Let's see. To be fair, like, Celeste, like, used, like, I think... Did you have access to Zone of Truth at this point? I can't recall. I do know that...
It does.
What's that?
It does note that she tried some form of.
Celeste definitely tried to see if he was playing them, but he was honest that he wanted the Overseer removed and would help. Again, he didn't specify the capacity, but... Alright, so the fight is going along, and the group does defeat the Overseer, who slumps, and then, without closure, her body erupts into a flash of bright white light.
Yeah, my eyes.
She just popped. Not leaving anything even remotely like a corpse. Let's see. All right. They find more treasure in a chest that was hidden under the Overseer's couch. The Overseer's couch essentially was just a gigantic mass of silk pillows that she had been lounging on when the group entered the room.
Luxuriously.
Yes. Look, if you become a demon in Welara, you luxuriate. It's what you do.
I didn't fall from heaven to not.
Okay, and so
Too bad their definition of luxuriate is more like Slanesh and not less like.
Little bit.
It's just like if you are partying so hard that I can smite evil you, maybe there's a problem.
it's true. The group gathers up a little bit of treasure from here. An ornate dagger, silver-lined jewelry, more manuals and paperwork. Let's see. Oh, and of course, the fires that had been set in the floors below had continued to spread in the absence of the party. So now smoke is beginning to rise to the upper floors.
The consequences of your actions would like to speak to you.
Correct.
I will be right back.
You can tell the consequences of our actions that we are not at home.
All right, it has been about 2.5 hours. We'll take a short 5-minute break.
Sure.
All right. I will mute and be back in a moment.
Hey.
A new hand touches the beacon.
Hmm.
We need what's it called? Music.
In Ken's absence, an ominous presence.
Yeah.
Well, someone needs to show up.
I feel like there should be a pony named Ominous Presence somewhere.
Yes, but what class would Omnis Presence be?
A witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Hey Damien, is this oven meant to be on?
Nope, feel free to turn it off.
I'm back.
He's back!
Welcome back. We're taking a brief break.
Okie doke.
Break your briefs.
They've been broken ever since the event.
A good time to share that image now.
I was just thinking that.
Where are we sharing this image?
I don't think the original image was shared in here, so
Oh,
might as well do that too.
oh. Celeste looks a bit weird here.
Wrong paladin.
Couple too many hooves. I'm sorry. Remind me again what these species are called again.
Those are the Rayans.
Rayans, yes, that's right, that's right. I do like them.
Thank you.
That's very cool. And they're like starring your setting, right?
This one's on Heroes, yeah.
Akmaris, thank you. Yes. Yeah. That's cool. Are any of the players Rans? Or are they just an existing race within the setting?
Sorry, what was the question?
In the main group, there is one Rayan, and this particular one was from a one shot we did, where I'm playing the Borb chicken in the second picture there, who is the squire to this guy, who is absolutely infuriated by his constant holier than thou bullshit and how did this guy become a paladin? I was clearly the one who was worthy of becoming a paladin. Fuck this guy. And then he does stuff like this and he looks so pretty and so glorious and fuck this. Wait, no, don't fuck this guy.
I mean, hey, you know.
Fun little fact. Damos' Borb is a chicken because he thought because my Borb was a chicken that they were all chickens.
Yeah.
Isn't your Borb a turkey?
No, my Borb is a chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, it only occurred to ask Damo what kind of Borb Smite actually was, like
5
an
minutes
hour
before.
or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Something. It was like really close.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you've seen a parrot bird before. You should know.
Like, yeah, I totally have.
I want to see a hummingbird Borb.
Humming Borb.
I want to see a
Hummingbird. Yes.
See, I associate really tiny wings with hummingbirds, and Borb do not have tiny arms. Borb have really thick, meaty arms.
This is the struggle for Hummingbird.
My question is if you got like a stork Borb or something, will they end up with a longer neck?
Oh,
Yes.
probably not.
Just a long beak.
Flamingo Borb.
The idea of just them having really long legs and a really long neck, but everything between that is just horrible.
Round.
Yes.
Realistically, if I ever actually made a boar, I'd want to be an owl because that seems perfect, right?
Owls are already pretty borb shaped, so
Yeah. Also, on the art itself, I really love the tabard on the armor. I fucking love tabards on armors, and that looks great.
I like it. I sure did not want to come up with the actual heraldry on it, so I didn't.
Well, you certainly did not, because it's not there.
I need to make some sort of emblem of or heraldry for the Aeon Monastery.
I mean, honestly, at this point, looks like he tabarded for himself. That is his color.
Yeah, it's it's his colors, but also coincidentally, that is the color of live Aeon crystal.
Like he was fucking destined to never die.
The grumbles. The grumbles.
Yeah, I heard that.
So angry by how attracted he is to this bastard.
I'm angry because he's not worthy and he shouldn't have gotten the power. It should have been my power. I was worthy.
I want to see a
Now-
borb in that same armor set.
Yeah. Yeah. So does Smite. To be perfectly clear on this fashion.
It's not like Borb can't become Aeon Knights. Smite probably
It's just-
can't become an Aeon
It's just
Knight.
that this Borb can't become an Aeon Knight.
Damn.
Yes, good work on those incredibly shiny effects. Like,
I was really chipping away at those, yeah. I'm glad they turned out pretty decent.
Now, is
To the
this
point that
a...
my fucking skin on my knuckles was so dry that putting moisturizer on it made it sting like a bitch.
Again, with like an understanding if you can't handle the way it feels, I do suggest bag balm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, some lip balm on your knuckles would probably salve it too and not be as stingy.
I don't know. I just
Vaseline exists.
I just assume the stinging means it's working.
No, the stinging means it hurts. That's about all.
Bag balm.
It working is otherwise. Good, Zach?
I'm pretty sure it is actually helping because
Yeah.
the redness
Moisturizer.
goes down significantly after I apply the moisturizer.
Not saying it
can't-
doesn't.
Okay.
Can't fucking wait. Oops.
Fair.
sounds in character.
Before you start up again, you should look at Discord.
Fantastic. And
Yep. Yes.
It's a good critical hit.
Magic.
I mean, like the fact that these are all, pretty much doubling as potential art for, and anytime you can have a fully awesome moment and go, this would also make great art for a book to, demonstrate this is what an Aeon Knight's like.
Yeah, true.
Cool.
That's fine.
But the pictures were not recorded, so whoever is listening will have no idea what we are.
I just know it's beautiful and you will never see it.
Never?
Yeah.
Look at
Makes
them needing crits
Look
to
for the
decapitate
Akamaros Pathfinder book, whatever, something studying thing.
No, don't tell them where to find it. No. All right, quiet again. As you were.
I was muted on my own stream or recording, so
No.
it's fine.
Oh,
I didn't
no.
get into things yet, so it's all good.
Yeah.
But it might have been confusing. Anyhow,
Might have been.
right. So with the group having fire and smoke coming up from below, they need to get out of the warehouse, which is going to shortly become an inferno, a death trap. Let's see. I believe there are no windows in this section of the warehouse because it's a weak point for entry, which the group knows because they spent like a couple hours trying to figure out how to get in the warehouse before deciding to enter a side door.
And a couple hours looking for a weak point to enter and could not find one.
Yeah, it's almost like, the people took over accounted for, flyers and shit.
Funny that security people would account for flying in a setting where a third of the entities have wings.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you just going forward, you're probably not going to find any like.
I appreciate the careful wording of that. The third of the population has wings. It's not necessarily true that they can fly.
Everyone slowly turns to look at Aurora.
We've seen Aurora fly. Briefly.
He flies occasionally, just
Probably.
Willingly?
No one said anything about willing.
flying. Flying's not the problem. It's landing.
So,
Oh, no.
in order to get out, the group, Ashley uses another fireball. Ashley fireballs the wall, explodes the wall so they can get out.
Is there any problem it cannot solve?
Apparently not.
There was, if I remember right, there was hesitation to do so, but with the fire and the smoke coming up quickly, I mean, there wasn't really too much more damage they could be doing to the building, so yeah. The group gets out. They use spells to walk on the walls down. Aurora uses magic to dampen any falls. The group gets out battered, but their mission is done, and the warehouse is, cleansed. Maybe a little bit more than they intended it to be cleansed, but it's clear now of demonic influence.
Look, when you hire our team for a cleansing, you
You
get
should expect fire.
a cleansing.
Fire is very cleansing.
It's true. So it is at this point, as the group is leaving the area, that Wander collapses, holding his head with a sense of a disconnect in his memories so intense that it's causing him to it's causing nausea.
Deja vu.
Let's see if I can find. Might be best to actually find the specific place here. Moment. Okay.
This is what happens when you don't follow the GM's railroad. No, that's me. That's me.
Oof. Aspirant.
I have this some mental image of this happening, like Wanda having this same sort of deja vu disconnect, but it's meeting the mother, the crocodile.
Oh. So, okay. About this time, the Wanderer's suffering an intense, weird sense of deja vu from seeing the demon. Something he absolutely cannot put his hoof on. He's getting a lot of, how did I know that out of this? He's remembering things that did not happen at all. He
I sure hope
remembers,
nothing bad happens.
he remembers the demon seeing him and like disappearing from the couch in a bright flash of light and appearing like right beside him, greeting him happily and calling him, well, he can't hear what she calls him. The words come out garbled and incorrect. Before she returns to the couch, puts up a wall of force and asks the group to step in and fight her consort one-on-one. To the consternation of her guards and to the goat, who is in this memory right by her side rather than having greeted the party before entering the room. Let's see. Get back to and that brings us to session 47, Conflicted, post-victory.
Pain.
All right, so the group takes Wander back to the Sea Pony's Rest. Let's see.
My brain hurts.
And Wander dreams of, or after they get it all set up, get him in bed. Wander dreams of falling stars, far more unsettling than it should be. Let's see. He sleeps fitfully but long, and eventually wakes up, but not nearly as violently as he normally would. Seems a little out of it at first glance, opening his eyes probably for the first time since looking around, but then slumps back, clearly awake but lost in thought. Janet notices him awake and sits with him on the bed, and Wander is spiraling at this point, repeating himself. I don't remember, I can't remember, I remember too much. Can't remember what she said to me. I think it was important, but what was it? And so on and so forth. It's bad. Wander cannot excise this extraneous memory, and it's overlapping his real memory in a way that is absolutely painful for him. The group is trying to figure out what to do now. And as they're doing so, the name Starshine. Her name was Starshine, not Starlight. The name Starshine interjects itself into his mind. Let's see. Trying to just figure out what to do. Aurora comes up with the idea that maybe he can help to directly manipulate his memory to put it back into place like it should be, or at least try to figure out what's going on. So Aurora,
The spell only allows reading, not writing, of memory.
then this synopsis decided to be dumb.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah, it do that.
Eager.
It was solely to try and work out what the hell's wrong.
Yeah. Okay. That way, yeah. But
Remember,
regardless,
something fun happened.
Aurora prepares and casts Share Memory.
It was super effective.
We all got traumatized.
Let me find it. Aurora casts Share Memory. As Aurora awakens to the memory of Wander's past, you see a group rushing in through the door in the upper level of the warehouse. All of you, at once, spreading out into the room. Longhorn is not there. The world cracks and falls into white noise and the scene reverts. You see the group rushing on ahead. The negotiation with Longhorn and the entrance into the room, or entering the room invisibly. Once more, the world phases to white, and you are in the room with the demon. She sees you, smiles. She stands from her throne and slides into view right next to you. She seems giddy, happy even, practically teetering on her hooves. But when she speaks, all sound dies. Your ears hurt. Even trying to understand, your mind hurts. The world spins out and you find yourself creeping into the room behind the group, invisible. The fight already having started in your absence. It flashes again and the demon is beside you, nuzzling your neck before she fades out back to her throne. Another flash, more frequently now. The demon fighting your friends, and the demon is standing behind a wall of force, gleefully beckoning you, and it continues to spin on like this, breaking into smaller and smaller flashes, making less and less sense. And at this point, the link collapses. And so does Aurora, who then proceeds to empty his breakfast onto the floor.
Wanda's brain is not a pleasant place to be at the best of times. This is not the best of times.
Okay, yeah, the synopsis labels it as Wander's mind is not safe to touch. The attempt did not actually help. In fact, it made it worse. At least for the time being. All right. It doesn't actually state what happens in between here, but it goes from Wander clutching his head, whimpering about what's going on, to the party steadies themselves and turns back to the mission. Grand. Well, Wander does slowly recover from this. His mind is slowly sorted out as much as it can be. He somehow manages to get the memories to not overlap each other. It's still an unpleasant memory, but it is not one that's actively destroying his brain anymore. For now. See. It is at this point, however, that another courier arrives with another letter addressed to Ashley. Ashley? What am I saying? Addressed to Julia. Excuse me. I'm going to take a drink.
Hydrate.
Sorry about that. Julia receives a letter from a courier, And after reading it, without a word, or, well, without any kind of heads up, she tells the group she's leaving and leaves immediately. She leaves the letter on the table for the group to read, but she's gone. She's out. The group reads the letter and finds that Bridalshire has been attacked again, but this time has been largely burned to the ground.
God damn it. I just saved that.
Just cleaned up this mess.
We ask the world to stay saved for like 5 minutes.
She didn't want to get the group involved because Wander currently wasn't really safe to move, and she didn't want to pull the group back into her own business. Especially when they had already things going on. But regardless, they go to the Dawn Company office that day to update leadership on what's happened, and they find out that multiple settlements have been hit. And it wasn't just Bridalshire.
Ominous.
Let's see. With Julia having left the group, they leave notice that they need a companion to carry on. As well,
Bird up.
Bird up. They need a new companion to travel with, as well, clearly they are getting into some high stakes things, and it would not be safe to travel with fewer than the numbers they already have, at least for the time being. The auction is still oncoming. They haven't actually gotten to it yet. Let's see. But with Julia leaving, that leads us on to the next session. 48, Conflicted Post-Victory Part 2. Which I believe is mostly organization, and also the introduction of a new character. Find him. Dawn Company brings in its own, or sends a temporary replacement. Well, that's big.
Lord
God.
Oh, Lord, he comes.
He's a big guy.
It's true.
It's that guy.
It's that guy.
All right. Dawn Company sends in a replacement in the form of Guy, a griffin who's actually from the Griffin Empire, is one of the flightless griffins that is not often spoken about, as they are often don't tend to leave the Griffin Empire and also are often second-class citizens within it. But he is a not just a disciplined, maybe discipline's not the right word. He's a terrifying fighter.
Fits with the rest of the party nicely.
He is a terrifying fighter, as well as a professional blacksmith, a high-end professional blacksmith, who left the Griffin Empire to get his life back together, because things are not great over there. Excuse me.
Things are never great over there.
No, they're not. It's a society that literally worships money.
Purge them with fire. That's my.
That's your answer to everything. Just because you're right doesn't make. Just because you're right doesn't make you right.
Doesn't mean we can. Just because you're right doesn't mean we can.
It's taken a day, but Ashley, Aurora and Wander have begun to recover. Finally. It's taken quite a while, actually. And it's still not great, but they're actually being able to get up now. This is when they put out the call and get Guy in the party. They introduce guidance to Guy pretty immediately, and Guy has an unusual reaction in that he doesn't seem to give a shit. However, in guidance guidance is a little off-put because he hadn't been summoned since the events of the warehouse. Let's see.
Yeah, that's not helping his.
No. Yeah, Wander putting off summoning guidance is definitely putting a hit on guidance's whole situation. Let's see. Okay, session 48 was really just organizational about getting Guy and getting the party back on their feet before heading off to the next section of the game. Which is... Okay. I like that the key events, it lists Aurora's condition as a full headache crisis. Which is accurate.
I think you'd agree with that.
All right. In the interim, while they're waiting for the auction, the group decides to do a number of other things. In this case, they have committed to taking one of the jobs on the mission board to rescue the children.
Stonehoof approves from the future.
Which leads us to session 49. Surprises fiery and friendly.
I feel like we had to rescue the children one from like
Yeah.
the beginning of the
Yeah. Don't tell Stonehoof that.
He doesn't have
We
to
were
know.
very patient and waited for it.
There are a lot of missions in your mission log that you never got to or are still sitting there. Or yeah, it's a trend.
Wait. You took the mission and then didn't do it? But the children!
No, we did do it.
This
It
one,
just took us a minute.
it only took
That's
them.
not better.
Look, it only took them about 50 sessions to get to it. Okay.
Children, they
We've
don't know time.
busy.
So the group sets off heading towards the east, towards the Tower of Waychanger, who is the one who put the children mission on the board. Rescue the children mission on the board, and is also the mission that the Arcanum asked us to take, as they were concerned about our Waychanger, because Waychanger, well,
He and his ways, they always change.
I mean, that's not untrue. Let's see. The group leaves Nickerfort and heads out towards the tower. Let's see. Along the way, they find an abandoned campsite. An abandoned campsite that seems like it was placed there for the party to find. Inside the campsite, in a large open tent, was a letter laid out on a table. The letter addressed specifically to the party. see if I can...
Probably fine. Probably fine. Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. It's true. Not a thing to worry about. Let me see if I can find it, though.
Catch me worrying.
I don't think that's true.
Catch me first.
Catch me if you can.
I need to make a separate note for what the letter said in the synopsis, and I should have. Okay. Right. They do find notes from this is a specific note they find quite often when it comes to the Magarium. No, there is no need to be alone. Which seems to be a phrase the Magarium uses a lot.
Man.
Let's see. However, the note on the table. Let's see. The note on the table addressed to the party directly is a thank you note. Addressed, signed by Longhorn. For
I want to be thanked by
taking
that guy.
care of. What's that?
I don't want to be thanked by that guy. See how thankful he is later.
Thank him with my sword.
Yeah.
I can't find on here anywhere. Right, the note for this. So, either way. It is at this point, I believe, that Aurora uses secure shelter for the first time.
Boy.
My favorite cabin.
It begins.
He finds a secure place on the roadside and uses secure shelter for the first time, which causes a cottage-like structure composed of materials from the area to spring into existence. It has a invisible presence that is helpful to the people staying inside. Aurora's specific application of the spell seems to be unusual. He's not entirely sure why, but the house, the hut, the shelter, decorates itself. Sometimes the group will find paintings, usually specifically of Aurora, with things written like "Our Founder" written on it. Or figurines in the shape of Aurora.
It must be noted that its artistic ability has been increasing over time.
It's true. I believe it started maybe with like a
Where-
macaroni sculpture.
Where did
That was an
Aurora
early
get
one,
this
yes.
spell?
What's that?
Where did Aurora get this spell?
It's just a normal
You
spell.
know,
But it started basic. It wasn't really doing this until later. This first instance, however, the group was playing around a lot with its hosting ability. Like they were trying to get it to prepare food and such for them.
I remember that.
It should be noted the secure shelter is not very good at doing that sort of thing. it has very limited abilities.
You know, we could probably cast a second separate spell to do something like that.
We didn't.
You didn't, and you spent quite a bit of time trying to get it to do.
Yeah, I don't think we had the right spell to do that.
Do not the cottage.
Maybe Stonehoof should give the cottage some lessons.
Might be concerned about where the food's coming from in that case.
Stonehoof will supply the supplies.
The next morning,
Never mind.
the next morning after the group leaves the shelter, they come across a burned down village on the way towards the tower. Well, not fully burned down, just mostly burned down. A lot of the structures flattened or overgrown. Though the damage itself appears to be relatively recent. In the middle, however, they do find one of the buildings is not fully destroyed, and there is a plinth with a book sitting on it. It seems to be untouched. So Celeste walks up and grabs the book to open it to see what it is. And it explodes. Immediately.
As it's exploding. This is obvious in hindsight.
After the book explodes, or from inside her hand, in the hooves that she was holding the book in, is a small metal token that's notched and inscribed. The guy picks it up and recognizes it as a ritual coin. In Griffin spellwork, you use these coins to pay your ancestors for the spell that you're using. After a little bit of time, this coin trembles and then shatters.
Just
before its fragments vanish completely into the ether.
Celeste with her face like completely charred. Her horn is on the other side of her head. Of course, you know, this means war.
You broke a book.
Oh, the concern about the factions that statement could bring together.
Books were in fact harmed. They met creation of the spell.
Let's see. As the coin is breaking apart and disappearing, Guy says that payment has been made. He doesn't really elaborate. Let's see. Group searches what remains, but there's little left. It's very clear that this town was one of the towns that was hit. Though it should be stated something that seems a little bit different about this town compared to the town that, or compared to Bridalshire. The group continues traveling, and eventually they see a large enclosed keep with a tower rising high into the sky from the center of it. And this would be Waychanger's tower. As the group is entering, the front doors are standing open. very clearly they were being invited in, or at least it was known they were coming. And as they enter, they're greeted by a small yellow filly.
Tessie lost child.
Who is being followed by
Well,
Oh, I'm one of those.
You are.
being followed by a pair of squirrels.
Squirrels.
She is brimming with excitement as she sees the group, and Wander recognizes her immediately. This is Brain Teaser.
I need to just like to make it clear the statement that was made here. I think it was something along the lines of that. I'm certainly not going to try and vocalize that, but
Wander with his emoji words.
How does your mouth make those noises? If I had to.
Yeah.
It just keeps going and going. What does that sound like? I don't know.
no, you can hear it.
It's true.
I'm not gonna pretend that I can make the sound out loud, but you know what it sounds like. Whatever you think it sounds like, that's what it sounds like.
Pretty much.
Brain Teaser greets the party very enthusiastically, but especially Wander. Brain Teaser is revealed to be, actually, I believe she is actually the second pony that Wander had ever met, despite what it says here on the log.
Mm-hmm.
Who also was the pony who named Wander, even if accidentally. Let's see.
Kind of important, guys. That's kind of significant in ponies.
It's true. Let's see. She takes the group and leads them up through the keep, past a few buildings. The whole keep is filled with animals. Small woodland critters of all descriptions who are watching, following, and it's difficult to explain why, but unusual. The animals are clearly way more intelligent than animals usually are. Something Fluttershy situation. Brain Teaser leads the group up through the tower to meet with Way Changer himself. Along the way, the group is impressed by the fact that Way Changer is using walls of force permanently installed as windows for his tower rather than glass.
That's just showing off.
Aurora was very impressed, at very least. I remember that much.
Yeah, it is very impressive magical engineering.
Way Changer, it turns out, is an exceptionally old pony. Find a picture of Way Changer. Way Changer. Imposter. There you are. He is
Old and gold.
What's that?
I said old and gold.
He is currently more or less bedbound, coughing, frail, physically failing, and very aware of it. The group is very concerned about his state of health, as that was why the Arcanum more or less asked you to check up on him. He makes it clear he's not sick, as he puts it. Or as he says, I'm not sick, I'm dying. He's very old.
Oh,
What's that?
is that all?
How is that all? But he he knows where the griffins, or rather the slavers, are that have been attacking villages and kidnapping children, whole families, really. And he lets the party know that it is griffins specifically that have been assaulting the coastal areas of Welara. And he is the one who had the job put up to get rid of them, because he had been doing his best to protect the area before he started getting exceptionally weak within his age. Let's see. The group agrees, because no shit, they're going to agree to a job like that. And they're put up in the guest house in the next to the tower for the night, except for Wander, who has a sleepover with Brain Teaser.
Yay!
And if anyone was wondering, Brain Teaser says the squirrels that she has with her at all times are her familiars. Both of them, she says, are her familiars.
Greedy.
Let's see.
I should have a second familiar.
You don't even do anything with your first one.
Hey,
Look, you can...
He absolutely does things with his first one. He forgets.
I'll have you know that Dross is very well taken care of. He has his own little pocket dimension. I'm making this the fuck up right now.
To be fair, we do.
Ross is somewhere agreeing with us.
We do know what Dross is doing, actually. We actually hashed out what he was doing before.
Yeah, he's hanging out on your streams, making comments.
Yeah. Or he was.
I wish he was still.
It's not my fault he died.
I know. Curse you, Twitch.
And with the sleepover, that ends the session and brings us to... Let's see. Actually, did I mention what the name of this one was? Yeah, there's the surprises. Fiery and friendly. That brings us to session 50. Horrified and Horrifying Screeches. A guide. Before the group leaves, they are given rings of fire resistance as a prior form of payment for the attack. To be worn,
Okay.
I can't recall if everybody got a ring or if it was just some of you got a ring. I think it was just some of you.
I'm
But
sure it's just some.
yeah. It's not made of fire rings.
We
There's probably
will
a
be by the
golem
time
out
we're
there
done.
somewhere made of fire rings.
You're gonna make a you're gonna have a fucking chain shirt made of fire rings by the time we're done.
And it still won't be enough.
as the group is traveling to get to where the griffins are moored, the weather takes a turn and it gets quite foggy out.
And I think it would also be worth noting that, like, the presence of an old friend from Wander's past, who, again, he is increasingly able to deal with in a friendly fashion, without Wander's Guidance's help, did not do good things for Guidance's
sense of self.
Wander had an absolutely great time. Guidance was feeling increasingly like the third wheel, which is less fun when it's not his choice.
Yeah.
Normally he's happy to sort of just vanish into the side and not be relevant, but he's feeling less and less so, and I think this is about the time he actually got the tentacles.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He started, his physical form started becoming increasingly monstrous. And he went full Displacer Beast in.
It wasn't a great time for Guidance.
It was not.
Let's see. Also, the group was followed by one of the squirrels. It would seem that Brain Teaser sent one of the squirrels with the group to help guide them to the location.
Group always has a squirrel watching them. I don't know what the point of this is.
To be fair, I said it was guiding them, not watching them.
Oh, yeah, fair. The squirrel that whispers in Celest's ear only has bad ideas.
Yeah, for some reason, Celeste goes along with more often than not.
Zirra.
What a shame.
All I have to do is lead the phrase with "Wouldn't it be fun if?"
and Celeste is already moving.
Atta girl.
Through the fog, the group eventually comes to the location that they were guided or being guided to, which was a cave that would lead to where the griffins were mooring at. The griffins had taken up in a coastal cave.
We have such good history with coastal caves.
I mean, they're a good place to hide things. But a coastal cave that was a tunnel leading into the cave, to the cave itself. Outside was a single griffin watching the way. The group, let's see, really quickly took out that griffin specifically. And I believe it was mostly Guy's doing. Guy is unkind to other griffins. These ones in particular.
Yeah.
Tend to be shocked.
Let's see. I should point out that Guy's method of combat is heavily relying on intimidation and breaking the opponent's morale and defenses just by yelling at them hard enough. And that's very effective, especially when he walks in with a ridiculously awful axe.
Yeah, that axe doesn't look too bad in the when it's all wrapped up like that.
It's like
don't get hit by that thing.
It's like a blanket of teeth in the shape of an axe.
It's like a fragment of a buzzsaw that has been made worse.
Yeah, it's awful. You don't want to be hit by it. No one wants to be hit by it, but they don't have much choice in the matter. let's see. Is this the actual? Okay. It is at this point that the group is moving in towards the cave through the tunnel, where on the other side of the tunnel, they see two ships are moored, one of which is a strange ship made of iron with black smoke pumping out of the top. Let's see. And there are a number of griffins inside this cave and on the ship. The ship seems to be, or the wooden ship seems to be mostly crewed by griffins wearing light or little to no armor, dressed in the fashion of pirates. Whereas the others are very clearly soldiers or soldiery, wearing heavy armor. Let's see. Wielding spears, swords, crossbows, the whole nine. This fight goes relatively quick, all things considered, as Guidance gets in behind the enemy lines and acts as a lawnmower.
I believe that was my first time using greater invisibility on Guidance.
It was a massacre.
When Guidance can do 5 sneak attacks a turn.
Turning his opponents into a fine cloud of red mist, which has done nothing but help his mental state.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gotta be great for him.
Yeah, and this is the point where Guidance is saying, well, clearly my purpose to help Wanda is applied violence. So
Murder.
that's what I'm going to do.
Clearly. Let's see.
It's the only thing I've got left.
The Griffins do put up a bit of a fight. They're not complete pushovers. One of them appears to be a high-ranking cleric of some sort, who at one point in the fight takes a bag of coins, throws it forward, and summons a storm of raining fire, which then is used to cover the escape of the black ship pulling out of port. Leaving the pirate ship behind to deal with this fuckery.
I believe this was also the first combat where the Toss the Paladin happened.
Yes, it was. There was
Favorite
a gap.
pastime.
There was a gap between the ships, and if I remember right,
It wasn't far enough.
I don't know if we mentioned that, did we? Back in our special techniques.
no, it was not mentioned. But also, that's a
bit
dual
of
tech.
a frequent dual tech, as mentioned before. Aurora has a spell called Telekinetic Charge, and Celeste likes being in the enemy's face. Match made in heaven.
Look, if you have the ingredients of a fastball special, you use the fastball special. With the black ship pulling out of port, the group digs into the pirate ship and finds the kidnapped children, which they then, let's see, they take some of the Griffins capture, notably the cook, if I remember right. and take them and the children back to, well, the children, they take to Waychanger, as he had been preparing to find homes for them already. And the Griffins, I believe they were going to take back to the guard in Nickerfort. Let's see.
And as an out of character note, behind the things, I think this was also the point where I actually went to Ken and go, I need to change how guidance is working.
Yes, it was.
Like this is literally not fun for me or anyone else. I am literally just sitting here throwing handfuls of dice, and that is all I am doing, and it's incredibly effective, but it's not like it's just my turn is just I move to the next person and then do an unconscionable quantity of damage to them. Cool. Next turn. Not inventive, not interesting. Just
meanwhile, I'm over here like exulting in the same kind of gameplay.
Oh, absolutely. but like you actually make it like it's fun when Celeste doing it because you're doing it with like witty. Well, let's not get there. Nah.
Damn. Okay.
You're doing it with like the grand proclamations and the smites, and you actually have different methods of doing all of that damage.
That's true.
Whereas for guidance, it literally was just a case of I move to the next one and they cease.
But what about our newest lawnmower? We went to the hardware store and picked up a goat.
Anyway, sorry. That I just thought I would input that because yes, that was definitely the point where I was this.
To be fair to Stonehoof being the newest lawnmower, that his version does rely on the enemy failing a save and being stunned.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just the moment I went to Ken and went, I want to change how this works. This is not actually interesting or fun anymore. And
incidentally, Paizo would go on to nerf Summoner. This has nothing to do with that, but
No, it's completely related. It was tangential. They decided to on because of guidance. Sure.
Me personally.
Using the Gestalt rules that made that particular combo possible.
Yeah, Gestalt is not even a thing in Pathfinder, honestly. Entirely borrowed from 3.5.
Yeah. Gestalt's really fun, but also very explosive.
Yeah. So my reasoning behind using Gestalt for this campaign to begin with is people don't really experiment with their builds very much once they get set into a specific thing they want to do. And I really wanted people to make the weird choices, combine classes they wouldn't normally think to combine, and do the weird shit.
That's been achieved.
Yeah. And also, this whole campaign has been a long-running exercise in just experimenting with shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird shit happens in Welara.
It's true. Very weird
Could
shit.
it stop for 5 seconds?
No.
No.
It wouldn't be Welara.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe it won't be Welara.
All right, and that was actually the last session of season 3. The session was literally season 3 finale. I think.
Given the time, I think that's
I was going to
probably
say. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. We can cut it there, and we'll come back with season 4 next time. I feel like we might end up being one season only for the next few
Imagine
Yeah.
a thing that the seasons get longer and more complicated the further you go in. Unheard of.
Just like our character classes.
Also, scheduling's forcing shorter sessions.
It's true. So the next session,
blame my
or
word.
the next season is, let's see, session 52 to 70. That is 18 sessions for the next
Must
time.
be the season of the witch.
18.
Something like that.
Yeah, it looks like the next two are both 18 sessions each. And then the last season is 14 sessions. It's a shorter one, so not that that's probably going to take any or go any quicker, but anyhow, is there anything anyone would like to add at this point?
I mean,
I am assuming that the point where Julia had to like leave to help her town suddenly was when that player character exited the game.
No, actually,
that player character is playing
No?
guy.
yeah, that's where Guy came
Oh,
in.
this playing guy.
Yeah, so Coob wanted to switch it up and try something different, so we came up with the Guy, because I had already intended everyone to, like, at one point or another, be able to come into the campaign with a temporary character to experiment and try different things,
Okay.
which we refer to these characters as Gold Rays. Because
I was a trendsetter.
Oh, okay. I see. Gold Raid, the other one.
They're calling Auburn.
I am terrible with names.
Did we mention that Gold Ray was played by me?
Yes.
I was Gold Ray.
Yes.
yes, I
Yes.
mentioned it specifically.
Yes.
I did
that was
not
mentioned.
mention I did not mention Guy as being played by Coob. I should have, but slipped my mind. But
No,
yeah,
that's fair.
Mm.
I could have
want to
also asked for
insert-
clarification at that point, but I didn't want to interrupt the flow because you were sort of going.
it's all good. Interrupt me all you like.
I want to insert that the chickens were fireproof. I actually didn't like that.
So
Whose
far,
turn to be abducted are we up to next?
What's that?
I think it's either me or Wanda need to get abducted next, right? To
yeah.
work down the list.
Or
The
okay.
entire party would like to know your location.
That's okay.
If someone tries to abduct Wander, they better hope that Stonehoof is entirely insensate, because otherwise
I
they're
think
not getting
But
far.
it's so much more fun if he isn't.
I mean, he
you know what?
doesn't need to be kidnapped. He could just be training something or so.
Look, I have a feeling if Wanda gets kidnapped, it's going to be into the Shadow Realm.
Oh,
Not
well,
more
I guess we're gonna
trans-dimensional
find
stuff.
out. I guess we're gonna find out how to break into the Shadow Realm, and we will fight it. We will fight the
We just need to
entire
find
Shadow Realm.
an old.
We-
You just need to
will.
find a kid that's really into card games, and we'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I know what my gold ray is going to be now.
Yugi, my boy.
But seriously, anybody wants to come up with a secondary character or two or three even that they feel like they want to interject at any point, feel free to do so and bring it to me, and we'll find a way.
I do have a gold ray in mind. I have for ever since you first made that offer, and I believe I've discussed it with you, but I genuinely cannot see a good reason to actually bring them in. Like, I had some reason to bring them in during the Guy arc, I think. Like, I seem to remember having a specific possible clash, not with Guy specifically, but with Griffins.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I am fully willing to step back in the horseshoes of Gold Ray at some point.
I mean, I'll be fair. My two options
have
for
to?
a gold ray already been shown, and one I got to play. The other one I can't play anymore because she's blind.
I mean,
Which was basically the point for being blind. So yeah. Also, she has a kid now, so we can't do that.
I was going to say the
so-
kid part might be a little more important.
Yeah, little Ashley.
I also have a second character I could bring out at some point. Though her stats have not been updated.
Yeah, I mean, Gold Rays is going to have to be updated too if you step in the shoes again.
That's true. He's gonna need a few levels. I think he's level 6.
Don't
something
give Gold
silly
Ray.
like that.
Don't give Gold Ray 13 levels. Look at just stop, please.
I think Auburn will be fine for now.
Oh,
Well, Lara may not survive it.
I actually automatically know exactly what I would get a stalled him as.
Is it Bard?
It's Bard.
Not one Zane Prey.
I
Nothing
was literally thinking about the Paragons from Guild Wars. You know what their thing is? Technically, it's chanting, but in other words, shouting.
Yeah, that's what I was gathering.
Not making him a Dovahkiin.
I mean-
I could. I can't. I'm not going to tell you that a 13th level bard can't shout you apart.
Oops, all bards. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it then. Next time in 2 weeks, we'll be meeting for the rundown of season 4. Probably just season 4 next time. We'll see. Season 4 is a long one.
Yeah.
But nothing compared to season 5, which is 192 pages.
Jesus.
I mean, all of these synopses are very long.
I mean, it's all text-based. We talk a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if it
we
were
did
just
upstairs.
if it were just our session logs, it would be so much longer. Like any one of our sessions logs is it's ridiculously long,
Yeah.
which I'm cool with.
I mean,
Like,
a lot of data. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on the other hand, it means that we have a full record of everything that has happened in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of
what
the
we're allowed
reasons.
to see.
What's that?
What we're allowed to see. There's still some things.
I
in the
have
back.
a lot of editing if I ever again want to get any of those logs out now. The
It's
synopses
fine.
are
Don't
a
worry about it.
the synopses are a good
Intermediate?
yeah, good intermediate, good compromise. But yeah, next time in 2 weeks, if everyone is up for it in 2 weeks, we will continue with the
Sounds good.
recaps.
The 1st of March for me. Yeah.
Is it the first? Yeah, it's the first. Yep. Okay. Well, then I will see you then. Thank you everyone for joining me for this tonight. I'm going to go ahead and
Pleasure working with you.
hold the recording in 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.